Salutations, kings and queens, and welcome back to the Electric Leaf. And this is another edition of Sage Wisdom. So tonight's message that came to me quite strongly was calibration station. Calibration station. That's all I kept hearing. Calibration station. And then I was like, oh, wow, the truth. The truth. That's what calibrates us. The truth. Recalibration station. That's what brings us the truth. You know, if love is the greatest gift of all, if the greatest gift of all is love, then the most beautiful gift of all is the truth. It's the truth. You know, when I think about what it means to be around a truthful person, an honest person, I think about what it means to be with God. I think about what it means to be able to know ourselves on an intimate level. It's something else. The truth is freedom. The truth is freedom. The truth sets us free. And the more we all speak our truths on an individual level, the more we all are able to speak our truths on an individual level. Plain and simple. You know, one of the ladies that I follow on Instagram, she shared her story about sexual trauma. And she is a very, very soft-spoken, very gentle person, extremely transparent in this admirable, beautiful sort of way. Extremely soft-spoken. Did I say she's soft-spoken? But as I sat there listening to her Instagram story, I was like, wow, she is so loud. She is so loud. She's speaking words that some people will never say, will never bring to the light. They suppress it, they let it go, forgetting that somebody out there needs to hear your story. Somebody out there needs to know that they are not alone. And as she spoke, I literally felt chains break off of me. I felt tears falling out of my face that it was almost like I was just like, wow, I have tears coming out of my face. Wow. Something's cleaning. Something's not the same. And I had to send her a message and tell her, sis, thank you for sharing your story. Because if it didn't touch anybody else, certainly touched me. I had to do it. I had to say thank you. The truth. I felt like it recalibrated me in a sense, because it allowed me to be okay with mine, with my truth. The truth is freedom. It sets us free. It sets us free. As I was in a meditation this morning, I received the Three of Swords, but I received the Three of Swords from this deck, from this, I can't remember the name of it, James Holland something, Heart, I don't know. But either way, this deck showed the Three of Swords. And the way it depicts the Three of Swords is that there is a man, okay? There's a man that is kind of balled up in the fetal position, and he's face downward. And then on the flip side of that, there's a man that is looking up, and his head is illumined with a halo, and his arms are outstretched. His arms are outstretched. Now, as I was looking at that card, I was like, wow. Recalibration station. Give and receive. Give and receive. How do you recalibrate yourself? Well, you take time in hermit mode. You take time to listen to yourself, hear yourself, drop into your heart space and listen and feel. Where does my body relax? Where does my body say, okay, I'm okay with this. This is where my truth is. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where I feel confident. This is where I feel secure. This emotion, this thought feels right. This is the best feeling. And then once you have gathered what your truth is, then you go back into the world, reflecting what you know, your truth, allowing it to be illuminated through your actions and through the reflections that you share with your close friends that you trust are calibrated to true north. You reflect with them. And then once you've gathered that information, then you go back to hermit mode and you mull things over and you think about things again and you test your belief systems and you go through it and you wonder and you think and you think and you wonder and you feel and you listen and you realize what your truth is. A YouTuber that I follow, an astrologer here on YouTube, his name is Gemini Brown. He made a post today that said, you'll know the truth by how it feels. And I said, wow, absolutely, absolutely. That is absolutely what I always do. When I am weighing things out, the truth, when I'm weighing out the truth of a situation or in need of making a decision about something, I go here to this space and think about, how does it feel? How does it feel? And when I think about it, when my body is clenched up and my brow is furrowed and I'm just I'm just not at peace with it and I don't like it, then I take myself to a space where I do like it. And if that means that I have to shift my focus away from certain people, shift my thoughts away from thinking about certain people, or shift my thoughts away from thinking about certain things, then I do it. If it's something that I really want, if it's something that I really, really want, then I accept the challenge. I accept the challenge and I literally take it and I dive with it. I dive deep with it and I mull it over and I think about it. Okay? I give it great attention. I go backwards with it, forwards with it, reverse engineering it, combing it through, breaking it down, thinking about it. Why does this make me feel this? And what can I do to get that? Or do I really want this? Or do I really want that? This makes me feel this way, and I love feeling that way, so I'm going to do this. I'm not even going to worry about what makes me feel sad or what makes me feel bad. I'm going to focus on my truth, where things balance here. The truth. Recalibration station, recalibration of your heart, your anchor, your scale. See, we all have a different truth. We all have a different truth. My truth is not your truth. We might be going through the same tests, but there are unknown unknowns. If you heard me speak about your finding your individual healing path, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about, because I broke down the unknown unknowns. I broke it down. Now, we're all different and we know this. So, how can your truth be mine? And how can I be mad that your truth is different from mine? We need to rejoice and celebrate in our differences. The truth. The truth. The truth sets us free. The truth sets us free. No matter how beautiful, no matter how ugly, the truth sets us free. It truly does. The truth is freedom. The truth is love. The truth is recalibration station. If you don't self-reflect, if you don't take that time in hermit mode, okay, then what is it that you're actually bringing to the table of the real world? What? What are you actually contributing if you don't take time in hermit mode, gathering more information, reading, listening to yourself? We all have a very pertinent part to contribute to the puzzle of us. That's why I'm afraid to go see that movie, Us, because I'm like, when I saw the commercial, I had a pretty good idea of why that concept even was on, how they came up with that concept. I want to ask our Divine Mother and Father to bring us a message tonight. What do we need to understand? We know that the more we are able to share our truths and the more that we are able to speak our truths, the further we go, the more we grow, the higher we're able to evolve. But we all are so ashamed of our truths, aren't we? Many of us are ashamed of our truths. We don't want to talk about it. Let that go. Yeah, you don't want to dwell in a bad place too long. But just like the young lady on Instagram who shared her story with her soft-spoken voice, but with her very loud and strong message, she helped to set me free. And she's not the only person that helps to set me free. I have started to have a lot of people in my life that are truthful and honest. And I see their beauty. I see their beauty. That is the most beautiful thing of getting to be with somebody who is honest and transparent in that way, and humble and vocal about their experiences. You know, we don't have to call them failures. Just honest about our experiences is something so unique in that allows you to see God more often. I say that all the time. Truthful people allow you to see God more often. Goodness. That, I love my friends. I love my friends. You know, the truth is not always such love and light, though. We know that, because the truth, it can be ugly sometimes. It can be ugly. The truth can be ugly. The truth can be scary. The truth can be painful. But that's basically what it is. I mean, when you think about freedom, and when you think about how many people are free, yet they hold themselves in bondage. We hold ourselves in bondage at times. And I'm not pointing fingers. I've definitely played the role sometimes. But it just goes to show you how powerful the mind is. It's important for us to test our belief systems. It's important for us to speak our truth to ourselves, if nobody else. Because ultimately, what can anybody do with a lie? The truth is the most beautiful thing you can offer a person. The truth is what is going to lead us forward in an evolutionary way. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, for your messages. Thank you for these cards. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear vessel for your message to be heard. Your message, Divine Mother and Father, not mine. Not mine. What are the messages that you have, Divine Mother and Father? I feel like I want to use that deck, but that's not where my attention is flowing. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, for your messages. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, for your messages. Not my messages, but your messages. Thank you for making it clear about the truth, about healing, about how we impact one another, about how we reflect with one another. First card out is acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Acceptance. That acceptance is honestly why a lot of people don't speak their truth, because they can't accept their truth on their own. Oh, as I'm saying that. Grief. People don't want to mourn. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to mourn their truth. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Yes, I see myself in everyone. It's impossible. It's impossible for us to honestly communicate with one another if we don't see ourselves in everyone. Because anything less than that is us seeing, oh, well, look at her, look at what she did. And this card, it came out earlier today when I did the Grand Rising, my awakening routine, part of my awakening routine. This card, Forgiveness, came out. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. A lot of people don't share their truth because they don't know how to make peace with it. They don't know how to accept it. Grief and pride get in the way. Grief. And that's why I don't judge at all, because grief is not an ordinary emotion. Grief is a feeling of hopelessness where you feel like there's nothing that you can do. Grief will make you feel like, why, God? Why? Why me? Why did this have to happen? Thank you, Father, Mother, and Father, for your messages. Sometimes, one of the worst types of lies that can be told is a lie in your close relationships, your intimate relationships. Because those are the people that you should be able to reflect the most honestly with. And when we are not truthful, and when we are not truthful, guess what happens? We reflect incorrectly. And as we reflect incorrectly, then that data that was gathered, when the person goes back into hermit mode, guess what? They're reflecting with some bullshit. No other way to put it. And as they self-reflect with that BS, that belief system that you gave them, that's funny. That's the hermit. That's usually the hermit. As they reflect with that information that you just gave them, that lie, then they go back out into the world with a piece of that you gave them. And guess what? You just generated some karma, baby. Because that's the way karma works. You touch someone in a loving way, and then they take that love and touch other people with it, and so on and so forth. Or you touch someone in a horrible way. They take that and they go share that. The devil. Capricorn. Controlling emotions. Understanding emotions. Learning how to detach from the things that we see and go for the things that we know. An overindulgence of things that we see. Almost like a snuffing out of the real thing, the real truth, the real deal. This, and then the crown and helpless and hopeless. Helpless and hopeless, I've been seeing that card a lot. The Eight of Swords, that energy of like, there we go again, the grief and the pride. I don't even want to face the truth. Why? I can't believe that happened to me. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm upset about this. I don't want that to be my truth, so I'm going to ignore it. mental bondage. But the crown chakra comes out with this as to say, detach from everything. Detach from everything and realize that you are one. Detach. The bottom of the deck is change of focus. Changing your focus. When you're focusing on just yourself, when you're focusing on just yourself, guess what? You don't see the bigger picture. You don't see the little girl who needs to hear your story. You don't see the young brother that needs to hear your story. You don't see the queen who feels lost herself and who feels alone. You don't see the king that needs you to tell him that, king, it's okay for you to want to love and respect a woman. It's okay that you don't want to dog her. Queen, sister, it's okay that you want to love and respect and honor that man. It's okay that you want to ask him his opinion about something before you do it. Because y'all are one. Y'all are a team. It's okay. It's right that y'all exchange in such a loving way. You know, we got to really start making sure that the energies that we're sending out in our community on an individual level, when we speak to our friends, when we reflect with our friends, even on that very small level, that we are giving of our highest, that we're giving our best advice, that we're allowing the God energy to flow through us before we speak, that we're allowing God energy to flow through us, through our actions and what it is that we're doing and how we're creating and how we're building in the community. Every small conversation is a build. It's a build. And you're setting forward your karma. This card here of open up, open up. Why do you have that thing buried in you like that? You don't have to. I mean, you really, really do not have to have that thing buried inside of you. You can let it go. It's an experience that you had. You learned from it, and you're here now. You're here now. You're safe now. You're not alone. You're not alone. So share it with those who are in your boat. Don't be a stowaway in your boat. I wanted to give you what energy, Divine Mother and Father, what energy for the collective, what energy should be embodied as we engulf on this journey of learning to speak our truths. What energy, Divine Mother and Father, what energy should be used, embodied? What messages do you have, Divine Mother and Father? Your messages, not my messages. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, for your messages. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What? Purification. Purification comes out. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. Letting go of all that no longer serves you so that the truth has its place, so that you have room for that freedom. Letting go of all that does no longer serve you, like sandbags. Sandbags on a hot air balloon, like letting the BS go so that you can climb higher. You know, healing is so vibrational. The foods that we eat are vibrational, and then under that is, yes, you can do it. You know, it makes a difference. It comes into play how you give to your body so that you can hear yourself better, so that you can speak your own truth, so that you can hear your own truth, recognize your own truth, and share your own truth without fear and shame. Share your own truth without fear and shame, without grief and pride, you know. And that is going to take quite a bit of healing to do for a lot of us. For a lot of us, we don't want to, tell all my business for what? I ain't going to be telling all my business for somebody to just go and throw it up in my face later. That's how that be. That's how that be sometimes. Because this space right here, grief, oh, that's where your inner child is. It's almost like you put your inner child on punishment, like, nah, you can't come out because I got to make sure that you stay safe. And plus, you remember that happened to us that one time. So, nah, you can just chill. I'll take it from here. That's the ego. So, I'm hoping that you heal. I'm hoping that it doesn't keep you in bondage anymore and that you're able to accept your truth. Once you're able to accept your truth, you'll be vibrating the truth. Your circle of friends will become more truthful. You'll be able to recalibrate yourself through reflecting with the beautiful, truthful, honest, and transparent people in your circle, in your tribe. You'll become your greatest version. You'll become more magnetic of the things that are divinely and rightfully yours in the divine and rightful time that you're supposed to connect with it. You'll be walking in your divinity. You'll be walking in your dominion. People will see God every time they look at you. Every time they look at you. Every time they look at you, they'll see God. Because you are the truth. I thank you. I give thanks to the Most High, my angels, my ancestors, my spirit guides. I give thanks to my higher self. I give thanks to my friends, my beautiful soul tribe. All of you, thank you. I give thanks to my mama. I give thanks to my daddy. I give thanks to my daughter and my niece who teach me so much. I give thanks to my grandfather who is 90, who I get to understand the contrast of then and now, and I give so much respect and honor to the work that was put in by my family and other families. Y'all, some of y'all people out there was right there with my grandfather, making America what it is right now, making our lives comfortable the way they are right now, and I give thanks. I give thanks to all of y'all out there who are searching to become a better version of yourself, because you know that you are becoming better and better every day. And you know that the only way that is because you keep going in a forward motion. You go within yourself. You listen to yourself. You listen to your truth. And you bring the truth back as an offering, a living sacrifice, a living testimony, a living example of truth and God, a living offering of flowers to the living right now. Your truth is that. Your truth is that. And you refuse to live in anything less because it doesn't feel good to you to live less than that honesty. And so you humbly walk in your own path with your posture erect and your head up and love glowing from your heart at all times. That's how you roll. You've been through too much. You know too much. Yet, you know nothing. So, to all my family out there, I just want to let you know that I love you. And my soul tribe, I love you. And I'm going to go ahead and end this Sage Wisdom session right here in this loving space. So until next time, continue to vibrate, love, and vibrate well.